Cloud seeding. Why are countries trying cloud seeding? The UAE has a rapidly growing economy and very little water to support it. According to the NCMS, with an average of 550 liters water consumed every day by each man, woman, and child, the country has the fourth highest demand for fresh water in the world. It's little wonder, therefore, that the government is aggressively pursuing alternative solutions like cloud seeding, said to be up to 30 times cheaper than desalination. The downside is nobody knows if it actually works. And even if it does prove successful, there are serious questions over how other countries might one day use this technology. Zeev Levin is a Helmholtz International Fellow at the Energy, Environment, and Water Research Center of Cyprus. He is also cautiously optimistic about the prospects of cloud seeding to address the world's water shortages. Desalination, for example, is foolproof, but it's also expensive at 50 to 60 cents per cubic meter of fresh water, and it produces side effects for the environment, such as high saline discharge. He points to cloud seeding programs in the Middle East that would cost an equivalent of 2 cents per cubic meter, a huge saving on desalination. If you can prove that it works, it's the cheapest solution, he says. It also has other advantages, such as spreading the water over the fields, which avoids the need for expensive irrigation systems. The disadvantage is that it cannot be guaranteed to work where and when you want it to. Here's an image that demonstrates how cloud seeding works. What could cloud seeding mean for the future? Regardless of the uncertainties, more than 150 cloud seeding programs are currently taking place in 37 countries, according to National Center for Atmospheric Research in Colorado. Roelof Bruntes, who supervised the original UAE seeding experiments, is the head of the center's weather modification program and chair of the World Meteorological Association's expert committee on the subject. Water, or lack of it, is one of the big issues we're facing this century, he says. If we could quantify the effects of cloud seeding, it would be a major step forward. An average cumulus cloud can produce as much water as the flow of a major river like the Colorado. If you take an area within 10 millimeters of rainfall, a simple back-of-an-envelope calculation shows that a mere 10% more rain would result in an additional 1 million liters per square kilometer, a tremendous amount. And this is exactly why the UAE continues to fund operations. After a feasibility study in the early 2000s, carried out with the help of scientists from help around the globe, seeding operations began in 2006. We routinely fly more than 160 missions a year, the NCMS's Omar Al-Yazidi says. Thanks to the foresight of the authorities, we now have 4 aircraft with our own pilots, a radar network, and over 60 weather stations at our disposal. We mostly seed with salt particles in the eastern mountain ranges on the border with Oman to raise levels in aquifers and reservoirs, but we also operate over the cities. As soon as likely cloud formations appear, we go out there. We seed whenever we get the chance. How much does cloud seeding cost? During an average 4-hour operation, up to 24 clouds can be seeded at a cost of around $5,000. If proven effective, this would compare well with desalination, where the cost of the plant alone can exceed $850 million. Given that a medium-sized cloud holds over 400 million liters, one seeding operation resulting in 10% more rain could yield $100,000 worth of water. Does cloud seeding even work? Al-Yazidi is conscious, however, of the heavy burden of proof. The science is confirmed. There are many studies from around the world that show that seeding leads to rain enhancement. Unfortunately, there is still no accurate way to measure the difference. The seeded cloud might have released rain anyway. Al-Yazidi is hopeful that computer analysis conducted by Colorado's NCAR will clear up the matter for good. This may be the evidence we're looking for, he says. Whether scientists manage or not to show the technique really works or not, a little tricky to read this here with my little thing, is of little importance. Keeping beings like the easy way out and the mere possibility that water may fall from the sky is just too tempting. It looks like cloud seeding is here to stay.